On my Earth, you took me in after my parents' murder. Trained me.
That seems terribly irresponsible.
Justice League Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 is out, and I gotta say, I'm not really sure how I feel about this movie. I think it is an improvement from the past few Tomorrowverse films. It has some good character moments. The animation overall works for me. I think they handle the multiverse element pretty well in the movie. There's some kind of clunky dialogue throughout the movie. Like most Tomorrowverse movies, the film just makes some weird choices at times. It makes the pacing feel off, and the narrative could have been more cohesive. I think pretty much everything makes sense by the end of this movie, but you might be a little confused up until that point. I really enjoyed any scene between Constantine and Flash in this movie, and this is definitely a Flash film. Barry and Iris's relationship is fully showcased throughout. The first half of the movie was really odd to me. It's mostly just about the formation of the Justice League and them fighting Amazo. Just an odd choice to devote as much time as they did. Most of it was simply stuff we should have seen, even before Beware My Power. Seriously, what the hell, man? Why are we just now getting this in Crisis on Infinite Earths? We should have already seen this. I did still think it was cool to see some things from previous films and even go back to specific points in time, even if we should have seen some of this stuff way before this movie. Certain characters in the film feel wasted, more specifically the Crime Syndicate. They're in the trailer, so I don't feel too bad saying that they're the main characters that feel wasted in this movie. They feel like they serve no purpose at all. My biggest gripe about Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1 is probably just that it feels rushed. Like the first 30 minutes, like I said, is stuff we should have already seen. There are just some things that don't seem organic at all and seem forced in. I don't know if the Tomorrowverse planned to go longer and it's having to end early because James Gunn came in, all that. I'm not sure what's going on there, but all I can say is this movie feels rushed, and it's to its detriment. I know there are probably a lot of people more familiar with the comic Crisis on Infinite Earths than I am. I am somewhat familiar. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I do know they take a lot of creative liberties and they change a lot of things about the story for this movie. So if you are looking for a faithful adaptation, this probably isn't for you. Has its own take on the story, though. I think it's fine enough. I think this is way better than Warworld. I think it's better than Beware My Power and Legion of Superheroes was. I think it's a step up for these Tomorrowverse movies. Even if it's not a major step up, it is better than the past few entries. I'm hoping for some kind of return to the DC AMU and at least seeing some of those characters again. There's kind of stuff teased throughout that would lead you to believe that that's where this is going, but I guess we can never really be sure, especially with this set of movies. Overall, I think the movie's good, but there are a few questionable choices. I don't think the storytelling structure of the film is a strong one. It can sometimes be confusing or just disrupt the pacing of the film. The movie feels a bit disjointed due to this. I'm hoping I enjoy part 2 more, but I guess I found enough good in part 1. A bit disappointing as an adaptation of such an iconic comic, but I'm curious to see where they take things in parts 2 and 3 later this year. That's it for me keeping it spoiler free. Let me know if you maybe want to hear a spoiler review or something, I guess. Because there's a lot I can't really talk about here without ruining the film. So until next time, be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Get out of here.